up, everybody? Well, I got another Alienware M18 with a 700M gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're gonna check out that Tainted Grail Fall of the Avalon, only at 1440p this time. So it ran alright at 1200p, but it definitely had, well, some stutters, but game seems to just have those, and could not stay over 60 even without the stutters. It just randomly dropped into the 50s and high 40s here and there. But for the most part, it was 70, 80, sometimes even 90 FPS. Although even 100 every once in a blue moon, depending on where you were, like away from the cities and where there weren't a lot of creatures. But it seems like the second there's NPCs, creatures, anything like that, your frame rate starts tanking a little bit. But regardless, it's still a very fun game, so I hope they can get it, working better. And I hope that it running like this doesn't leave a bad enough taste in people's mouths where people already write it off as like, it was fun and all, but I don't know, I can't play a game that runs like that, just for example. But anyway, why don't we hop into the game and let's see how it does at 1440p on this thing.
So now we're gonna do what we did at 1200p, but at 1440. So we'll start on Ultra, which did not go well on 1200p, so it'd be a little silly if it ran better at 1440, especially because this machine has a mux switch. So theoretically, other than making the CPU not overheat because it doesn't have to work as hard and it's giving more power to the GPU, that's about all it really does for us going over to a 1440p monitor here. Sometimes the CPU will overheat the shit out of itself if you try to make use of that 480Hz screen on the 1200p laptop screen. So now we'll try dropping her down to high. And that's what it wanted to do anyway. But I did do something different. I turned off dynamic resolution scaling. That comes on by default, I think at like 80%, I want to say, stock. Maybe 65. Either way, it comes on. So we're going to go turn it back on next. But first I figured we'd see what it could do without it, you know? So now we're going to just run it how it wanted to out of the box. It defaulted to high with dynamic resolution on. So that's what we're going to do. And it was 65% because I just went and did the quality setting to make sure that whatever I did to it, you know, like if I put it down to 20% or something, it didn't just stay there or something. Obviously, I didn't do that, just using it as an example. But now it is game time once more.
Alright, let's get ourselves a little camera recorded gameplay now. Apparently it is now raining.
So much for a secluded cave keeping visitors away. Seems like there's no one on this island to hide in peace. Oh well, since you're here, I have an important question. Do you have any food? I promise to answer all of your questions, no matter how annoying or asinine they might be. But first, do you have any food? Oh dear. Yes, food. That stuff you put in your mouth to make sure your body
I don't
doesn't
know what
wither
you're
and
talking
die.
about, man. I don't know what this
Meat,
food stuff you're
vegetables,
talking about
bread.
is.
Bread would be especially nice. But I'll take anything really.
Fish fillet.
I'll be forever indebted to you, but don't expect much. The only payment I can offer you is seashells, or, access to an infinite well of ancient druidic wisdom. I'd rather you choose wisdom. I threw out my collection of seashells a few days ago after I stepped on them with my bare feet. Much better. Time for a nap. Except you're still here. Oh no, don't tell me you still have questions. My name is Dressed and I am the local hermit. I don't understand your skepticism. I live alone in a cave, collect seashells and occasionally talk to crabs. What else could I be? But didn't you know? There are no more druids. The mob rounded them all up, stuffed them into a giant wicker man, and lit a fire. Their screams could barely be heard over the roaring flames, but the stench of the burning flesh easily overwhelmed the smell of blazing wicker. A glow painted the sky in reds and yellows for the entire night. Sorry. How could I have been there if I'm here now? Some years ago? I'm not sure. I don't remember. Can we change the subject?
No.
I'm sure there are more interesting things we could be talking about. Well, I'll live here, obviously. Why not? It's a perfectly good cave, albeit a bit drafty and damp. Well, it could be better, to be honest, but we can't all live in mansions, can we? The same way you did, I presume. Am I? God, no one ever accused me of that before. Well, I guess that's what living alone in a cave does to your conversational skills.
Ha! At least he's somewhat under a thing. Well, still glad I came that way. We got to meet a random hermit. No! What? Can't give me a shovel, apparently.
Be prepared for anything. I will leave you. Like a milkmaid. Go! We'll make short work.
We did indeed make short work of you. Well, dang, this thing had a bad day. Alright though, I think that's plenty for camera recording gameplay. Let us wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that's a wrap for Tainted Grail, Fall of the Avalon, and it ran very similarly to 1200p. That does happen from time to time, but still did have times where it did drop under 60, but most of the time it was over. And it seems like this game was probably, it seems anyway, like it was built around having that dynamic scaling on, because like most of the default settings turn that shit on. So I wanted to see what it was like when it was off, but I figured, hey, let's do some due diligence and let's do what the game wanted it to as well at the end there. And it still didn't make it go completely over 60, but it still seemed to help a little bit, unless it's just placeboing me or something, which could always be the case. Either way though, that's all I got for this particular video. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, because I sure as hell enjoyed making it for you guys. And until the next video, peace out, guys.